Hey everybody, this is Tyler Hoke, and I'm going to be your instructor for the Hazmat Chemistry class here at Davidson Davie Community College. I'm going to give you guys a walkthrough of how to navigate the Moodle page for this course. By the way, this course is FIP 4905 B1 2026 CE1. So if this is not the correct class for you, just let me know and we can get it squared away, okay? So when you show up in this class, you're gonna open it up to this Start Here page, okay? So right here, course announcements, that's where I'm gonna just put out course announcements. Any important information that you need to know, you should get a notification. If you don't get a notification, just check these periodically, okay? It's gonna have some good info and tips for you and whatnot. We have a syllabus here, so I'll kind of walk you through what that looks like. So when you click the syllabus page, it's going to bring up this page. There's my contact info. The best way to contact me is just going to be able to text that number there, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, okay? Other contact info, you have my supervisor, Benjamin Lunsford, if you need to contact him at all, okay? As far as course information and the student learning outcomes, you have those here. And this course is designed to evaluate hazmats referenced in NFPA 470. Okay, it goes into atomic structure, hydrocarbon derivatives, toxicology, just to name a few. All of these are going to make sense once we get done with the class in May. Okay, we're going to be doing we're going to be reading course materials, watching videos, completing quizzes and assessments, and taking a final exam, okay? Once you guys are completed with this class, if you so desire to take your technician certification, this is your golden ticket, okay? Being able to complete this course. And I'll give you guys a certification letter at the end of the course. Online, 80 hours. Let's see. Here's a rundown of what the course looks like, what we'll be going over. So Unit 1, Intro, all the way down to Unit 8, where we're talking about toxicity. And we also have that final exam too, okay? Course requirements, you don't need a textbook or anything. You just need a computer. And you can open up the materials online or you're able to print them out if you so desire. Okay. As far as grading goes, each quiz counts as 2.5% of your grade. You got 7 quizzes in total. All that accounts for 17.5% of your grade. Each assessment is 7.5% of your grade. 7 assessments, 52.5% of your grade. Okay. I'd recommend taking your quizzes before you take your assessments. Okay. The assessments are a little more expansive than your quizzes are. And then the remaining 30% of your grade is going to be your final exam. Okay. Here's the thing. If you submit something late and it's unexcused, so you don't give me a heads up, say your dog ate your homework, wife went into labor, something like that, I'm going to automatically give you a 50%, okay? You're a responsible adult. Let me know ahead of time if something's coming up or whatever, okay? You do have a final exam. You have to get a 70 on it to pass the course, and overall your average has to be a 70 or higher in order to pass the course. That being said, on the final exam, you're able to use your supplement section of the course. I'll show you where that is during your final exam. Academic integrity is expected, okay? All that means is I'm not going to be hovering over you while you take your final exam, okay, since it's online. So I expect you to be able to just use that supplement section that I've addressed, okay? Attendance, the course is online only. However, there's a mandatory physical meetup day where I'll be demonstrating chemical and physical properties on, that's actually going to be DDCC's campus, okay? But that's going to be March 28th from 10 until 2, okay? And I'll give you more details about that as we go along, okay? If you're not able to make it, I know it says mandatory, but if you're not able to make it, that's fine, okay? We do have an alternate assignment that you're able to do. However, if you're able to make it, that's great, because we'll be doing a lot of chemical demonstrations that'll really help kind of seal the deal on your understanding of this course, okay? Non-discrimination statement, we don't discriminate against anything. Assistant for students with disabilities, and the ADA academic integrity policy. It just goes into detail on this stuff. Technology, smoking and eating policy doesn't really apply for us. And then inclement weather policies, okay? Probably not going to have to run into this since this is an online class, but it's there for you, okay? So that's the syllabus right here. The video that I'm talking on right now is going to be right here for you to be able to review as needed. And then you're going to have to finish your census assignment, okay? Now, the census date for this class is technically April 16th. Go ahead and knock this out. As soon as you log into the course, go ahead and knock this out. That way you get your census assignment out of the way. All it is just posting who you are, where you're from, and just some little tidbits about what's going on. Easy peasy, nothing crazy or anything like that. You don't have to reply to anything else. It's an easy assignment, okay? Then you come down here to Unit 1. Unit 1 is an introduction to the course. So you'd click on the lecture notes, read those, and then you'd have a discussion board, okay? Your discussion board is due on January 26th. Knock it out. It's only about 3 to 5 sentences, nothing crazy, okay? Unit 2 is where we start getting into the meat of the matter. So this is where we're talking about the basics of chemistry, understanding the periodic table, so on and so forth, okay? And this is how we're going to handle the rest of the units too, okay? So first, you're going to read the Unit 2 lecture notes, okay? Then it's talking about going to the supplement section and checking out some documents. So way down here, you're going to be able to check this out. Chemical family flow chart, the periodic table of elements, okay? And those are going to be the supplements for Unit 2, okay? Now, after you've reviewed the lecture notes and the supplements, you can check out these recap videos, okay? And these recap videos are made by me, okay? They've been recorded by me doing problems that you will find in your assessment and that you'll find in your lecture notes, okay? And so it's critical that you look over the lecture notes and you watch the recap videos. Some of them are short, some of them tend to be longer, but it's critical that you look over those before you try to tackle the quiz and the assessment, okay? So the quiz, all right, I've already pulled it up here. All that's going to be, you're just going to click attempt quiz, okay? And when you click attempt quiz, it's going to give you some multiple choice questions, and you're going to have a very short essay question. I mean, we're talking 3 to 5 sentences, but I just want to see what you're thinking about stuff. Easy peasy for the Unit 2 quiz. Once you get done with that, then you can move on to the assessment, okay? Now, the assessment, if I click here, it's going to pull up here, okay? And what happens is I can go here to Unit 2 assessment, open that up, and it's going to ask if I want to make a copy. You do want to make a copy. That's going to be your own individual copy. So if your name's John Doe, you can click Unit 2 Assessment, make a copy. It's going to ask you to name it, okay? You can name it Unit 2 Assessment -Doe, okay? That's the easiest way to be able to name that. And then you would just fill it out, or you could print it out, okay? Either way, whenever you've gotten to the point where you're wanting to add your submission, you will go to add your submission here, scroll down, and you are going to submit the file here. So you can drag and drop the file, or you can click add and add that file there. Here's my recommendation for this stuff, okay? PDFs are king on Moodle, okay? They're so easy to use. PDFs and DocX, I should say. Please do not upload 15 different pictures or 15 different PDFs of each individual page that you have, because chances are, I'm telling you, I've taught hundreds of people over the years with this stuff. Chances are, if you upload each individual page, okay, as a separate file, you're going to forget something. If you have a 10-page worksheet, you're going to forget to upload page 8, okay? And then I'm going to have to track you down, because I'm not going to give you a grade until I see everything that you've answered, okay? So just some advice for the assessments, okay? After that, you have some additional videos that you can check out, okay? Just some stuff that is not made by me, that just has some reactions, just some neat little supplemental info that's not required, but just kind of some gee whiz stuff, okay? And then you would have your answer key that is not going to be open until after the due date, okay? That said, also after that due date of Unit 2, Unit 3 is going to open up. These open up sequentially. So it's kind of a it's not really self-paced. It's kind of we're setting the pace. I'm setting the pace of this course. That way you guys don't get too far ahead or anything like that, okay? And you're pacing yourself with everything. You also have the demo day or alternate assignment. Like I said, this is going to be due on March 28th. So you would just click that. It would open up your assignment and you're able to go from there, okay? Let's see. You also have your final exam that's going to open up on April 28th. 100-question multiple choice. Able to use your supplement section. Nothing too crazy, okay? And then the remaining supplements you'll use as you go through the course. At the end of the course, you're able to do a course evaluation. Let me know how I did, so on and so forth, okay? With that said, I don't think there's anything else that I have to add. Like I said, this video will be right here at this link. I wish the best of luck to you guys as you tackle this course. Like I said, text is going to be the easiest way to contact me, and I look forward to seeing you guys succeed in this course. Give me a call if you guys have any questions about anything. Thanks.